Today I want to talk about this brand asset valuator, and sometimes it is also called BAV model or brand equity. So this is a model to measure the brand's value, and it is developed by an agency called Young and Rubicon. So let's just take a look at this graph. This model contains 2 dimensions and 4 factors. So what are the 2 dimensions? Brand vitality, which means the brand's growth potential, and the brand stature, which is the strength or power of a brand. We will talk about each of the dimensions one by one. So let's talk about brand vitality. It can be broken down into 2 factors. The first one is differentiation, which means the brand's ability to stand apart from its competitors. So the key issue is, does your brand offer something unique other competitors cannot offer? So another one would be relevance. So relevance means how much value, use, or importance customers perceive in your brand. Does your brand offer something useful? So I will give you an example. I picked the following 4 different computer brands. So they all offer some kind of computer: Dell, HP, Apple, and Asus. So in terms of relevance, they are very similar because they all offer some kind of computer product. But in terms of differentiation, I should say probably Apple will stand out, because Apple computer has a very different, unique design, and their operating system is also different from the other 3. So in this case, Apple stands out in terms of differentiation, but in terms of relevance, they are kind of similar. So next one will be brand stature. So first, the factor is esteem, which means what is your consumer's perception of the brand. To be specific, does your brand offer something that can fulfill their needs and also deliver the promise you had in your advertisement? Another one would be knowledge. So knowledge is consumers' awareness of the brand, which means does your brand leave an impression in the market, in the audience, right? I will use the 4 brands as an example. If you ask someone, can you mention something related to computer electronic, right? So probably a lot of people will mention Apple, some will mention Dell and HP, right? But very few people will mention Asus because it's less popular in the North American market. In terms of knowledge, I should say Apple, Dell, HP will stand out. Asus will be much lower, right? But in terms of esteem, I should say some people, they complain about HP or Dell computer, but Apple usually a lot of people have a very good, I should say, word of mouth about Apple product. So this is how different scale in terms of the brand vitality and the brand stature. So here I will give you a small exercise. I want everyone to take a piece of paper. Here we have 4 scales, which is differentiation, relevance, esteem, and knowledge. So I want you guys to use the 4 scales to rate, use the 5-point scale to rate the following brands: Fitbit, AT&T, Kmart, and Nike. In terms of their differentiation, relevance, esteem, and knowledge, how would you rate the following brands in terms of D-R-E-K? Okay, so after you finishing rating them, I want you to use the chart on the right to decide where should each of the brands lie in this graph in terms of their D-R-E-K. So I want you to first pause this video and then use a 1 to 5 scale to rate each of the brands D-R-E-K, and then come back to continue to watch this video. Okay, so I assume everybody is done with your exercise. So let's see which of the brand lies where in this map, right? Fitbit, as you can see, is very different from many other kind of product because they offer like activity tracker or like smartwatch, which is very different. But it's a very new market, which means a lot of people don't know about it, which is why it is a aspiring brand, still has a lot of potential. Next one will be AT&T, very old brand which has been around for the last at least 15 years. Because it's a very famous brand, also it has been in the area for industry for many years. Also, AT&T has a lot of competitors now, such as Verizon, T-Mobile, which means its product is not very different from other competitors. Although it also has very high relevance, high esteem, very good knowledge about this product, this brand, which is why this brand is on the decline. Next one will be Nike. So we know Nike is a very competitive brand. It's probably high on each of the 4 factors, which is why it's a very good brand, has a lot of strengths. So we call it a power brand. Next one will be Kmart. So we know Kmart is not doing well in America. They have been closing a lot of stores across America. So if you look at the dimension offered by the agency, they have very low differentiation because it's not very different from Walmart or Target. Also, a lot of people don't actually have very good word of mouth about this company, and some people they don't even know about this in Kmart because other superstore is more popular. So in this case, they are a eroding brand, which means they probably are losing market. Of course, there's many other brands, like a very new brand, people never heard of them, right? So in this case, there will be lower in all of the 4 factors, which is going to be fall under the new brands or fading brands. Since you already tried this, I want you guys to go to the website. On the advertising agency's official website, they actually have a link you can click. You can try different products. Usually a lot of the famous brands gonna be there. You can compare their brand equity with each other. For example, you can compare like Adidas, Nike, Puma. All of them are shoe companies, right? So you can compare their brand equity to see where they lie on this map and what's their strengths, what's their weaknesses. Okay, I want you guys to try this website and to compare your own judgment of those brands with the websites, the agencies, their evaluation of each of the brands. Okay.